is Edison McDaniels. I'm a senior associate here at Ogborn Mihm in the construction group. Primarily, I handle construction litigation, although we do handle some other construction disputes as well. I'm here today to talk to you about the construction defect process, most specifically the notice of claim process that begins any construction defect action. Now, once defects are identified at a property, the process that we go through to get ourselves ready for the notice of claim process has several different steps. So we want to go out and evaluate the property. We want to take a look at the potential defects. We want to know what's going on with the property. We do a lot of research on the front end to determine what was the nature of the construction, who did the work, when it was done, and how it was completed. And then with that information, we go out and we inspect the property. And if we determine that we need a further inspection or an inspection done by somebody with particular expertise, we will go out and we will hire an expert to come and take a look at the property with us. And then at that point, we'll be looking at things that are more specific to either a civil engineer or structural engineers, analysis, those sorts of items. So for example, if we notice that there's water coming into the basement, we'll have a civil engineer come out and take a look and determine whether they believe it's an issue with the foundation, an issue with the exterior of the property where water is just accessing the foundation, it's not able to get away. We'll have them take a look at whether there are gaps in the construction. So for example, if there's water intrusion at a window, if there are any sort of components that were not placed properly during the construction, we want to make sure that the construction layering is proper on the exterior. And one of the big pieces we see is that waterproof barriers are not done properly quite often. And those are items that you're not going to be able to see. Those are items that we do need a professional to take a look at. And so on rare occasions, prior to the notice of claim, we'll do what's called intrusive testing. And that's where we have construction professionals come out and cut into some of those components so that we can see exactly how those layers were constructed. Whether that's a roof, an exterior wall, an interior wall, etc. That's rare with residential construction, but ultimately that process, if it needs to happen, it will happen. If we have an engineer come out and take a look at the property prior to the notice of claim, we'll incorporate their findings into that notice of claim. So when we have to identify the defects with particularity, we'll use some of that narrative they provide to generate the defects that we put on the notice of claim.